We reached out to work with Urban Design Forum and ANHD, and they connected us to Domenico Partners and the Queens Lighting Collective. And we've been coming up with ways to activate our public spaces. We manage 2 plazas underneath the 7 train for the Department of Transportation. We manage an open street periodically on 46th Street at the Sunnyside Arch, and then we work with the Parks Department to steward Thomas B. Noonan Playground and Saba Triangle. So this project came together to find ways to activate those public spaces, to tie them into each other, to get people more invested in taking care of the spaces, activating them, utilizing them, and bringing people out.
The vision plan for the Sunnyside Shines BID is a couple of things. We looked at several different public spaces. Probably the most prominent public space that we've been really eyeing is how to reimagine what the space under the 7 train is. And so in a lot of our outreach engagements, I think it was about 50% of the people that responded really felt like the space underneath the 7 train was very underutilized. And at the same time, I think it was maybe 70 or 80% of the people that responded were really interested in having some sort of market type activation in these areas. And so we thought about combining these 2 together. I think the Sunnyside Night Market is a really classic example of what Local Center has been able to do.
So today is our inaugural lighting installation event that we're calling Light Up Sunnyside. We've been installing this piece all week, but starting tonight, it will be up in Saba Park for 3 months, roughly. The community was involved in this process basically every step of the way. In the design of the piece, we had come up with different ideas based on feedback that we'd received. And after that, we proposed some ideas to our local experts panel that we also had assembled of community leaders and just, again, neighbors. And so based on their responses, we narrowed down the design.
I think what people should know is it was designed and made by neighbors for their neighborhood, and as like a real act of care and collaboration, that many people from the community got to have part in this installation, whether that was something small like stamping 1 flower, or helping lug stuff out of a truck, or helping plan, or helping envision the different features of it, that it's really like a massive act of collaboration on the part of the neighborhood. I think people really wanted to see an increase in color and light and like an activation of space. We have a lot of different public spaces in our neighborhood, and I feel like people also wanted an increased sense of safety, places to hang out and gather together.
What I'm really excited about is just seeing people come together, advocate for their own spaces, advocate for what they want to see in their public spaces. We've seen some impacts almost immediately. The first one was at Saba Park, and during that day, during the launch, we were just talking to a lot of neighbors, and very distinctly I remember one conversation. It was one person who said that this was the most lively he's ever seen Saba Park. You know, and that in itself already speaks volumes. And thinking about what art and what community participation and what activations could do in public spaces. And we just want to expand that conversation to other areas of Sunnyside that's not talked about enough. And so really this is like many ways of thinking about how people can take new types of ownership of the potential that could be in their community.